Hi everybody, how are you doing? I think I'm gonna start off with my readings, with just so you guys could see the view I had from my room when I was in Laguchi Beach these past few days. I used to live there. That's where I found out I was psychic, and it's beautiful down there. But I was actually supposed to go to Costa Mesa for a show with John Cusack, and I was supposed to meet him afterwards, and none of it worked out because he canceled. So I hope he's okay. So that was a drag. But since I'd already paid for the room and stuff, you know, I chillaxed, you guys. And I was going to do a video yesterday. I was home. I still chillaxed. It's just like getting the gumption to get up and start moving. So, ¿qué pasa, amigos? Anyway, thank you guys for letting me know that the Amazon fires were deliberately started, like I said, all for the sake of money, which is a shame. And that leader is getting a payback from it, just like I said, all for money. Somebody wrote me and asked me that we could all say a joint prayer, and we can't because I don't do live. But what I will tell you, if you could take a moment and close your eyes and ask the higher universe, well, ask the powers that be. The higher universe is the other dimensions. Just to say, almost like visualize a crystal cold wind blowing on those fires, and ask for help in making that so. And do it with faith, knowing that this too shall pass. America, I guess, is sending some planes over there, and DiCaprio is giving a lot of money towards it, which is nice. So, anyway, listen, I got these new cards. Botticelli or something. I got them because I seen them and I thought they were kind of cute. And when I was in Laguchi Beach, it's actually called Laguna Beach, but I always call it Laguchi Beach. I kind of just, they were kind of talking to me. I was like, oh, that's cool. So, let's ask about the Amazon, since that's the first thing on my list, the Amazon fires. Let's ask about that. Amazon fires. Tell me what's going to happen. Are we going to be able to stop it in time? Amazon fires. Are we going to be able to stop the Amazon fires in time? They just really don't have a clue. They're not energetically very strong people, so they think, you know, it's all about the land and get rid of that forest. And they really don't understand how it helps oxygenate the world. They know not what they do, is what I'm hearing. And the other one is corrupt for money. Tell me about those Amazon fires. Will we finally get that in place? Yeah, the sun. So the sun is shining down upon us. Probably by this fall, things should be better. There's even the Nine of Cups here. So absolutely 100%. That's just behind it. So it's interesting. What do you want me to know? What do you want me to know? The power of mankind will overcome this. There's some stuff that's going to happen because, you know, Trump's not going to be in office, so the environmental people can get in there and start working. But feels like a couple of men and a woman, and I see people really working at reestablishing or making this thing go away. I am seeing death because of this, though. So I don't know if energetically, even in the Amazons, it's going to cause hardship for people's lungs, because there are coffins here. But the outcome is good, so it's going to be okay. There's a beautiful, beautiful man. It could be DiCaprio because he's a water sign. And DiCaprio's a Scorpio, I believe. So, yeah. The Amazon, as tragic as this is, we will recover. It is going to make a dent, though. Remember, I told you guys that before. But it's like our youth is getting ready to take over, and they're saying, no, enough. So did you guys see that Elizabeth Warren and Bernie are up in the polls? And when you look at the polls, the young people, they want Bernie and Elizabeth. Bernie first, Elizabeth second. They don't like the fact that we're poo-pooing this, the environment. They don't like that. So I think they'll come out in droves. I'm telling you, Trump is a goner. He lied today and said that, or last night, and said China had contacted him, and China said, how do you know that he would lie? Because that's who he is. When he's breathing, he's lying. And it's very sad. But anyway, it helped rebound the stock market a little bit initially. Now it's so-so, but it's not recovering at 600. So I see all of them looking at Trump, thinking that they're just placating him. They're just doing whatever they have to do to make sure that he thinks he's special. You just try to treat him like he's somebody, and then he's okay. And the Iran thing, too, that was wonderful. I'm so glad that all that happened, and he's not tripping. I thought they'd say he packed his shit and left, but no, apparently he knew, I guess, the French president told him about it the night before. And of course, Trump wasn't around for anything as far as the ecosystem of the world. He's not worried about the world. The world's in his way. We're all in his way. Humans, are you kidding? Get out of my way. So then he's announcing that the new in 2020, this meeting that they have will be held at his Miami place. And it's so funny because, oh, listen, it's no problem because anything from foreign government we'll be sure to pay back. Like all those people that I owe for security on all my campaign things that I've never paid back. Kind of that energy. So let's just look if he actually has this. Tell me what. Will he actually have the next meeting in Miami at his place? He's going to get a lot of shit for it. I just heard that. There's a lot of problems with it. I see people telling him it's a bad idea. Because he doesn't care. He wants to make money. What can I tell everybody? What can I tell everybody? Will he actually have the nerve to have this event at his place in Miami, Florida, which, by the way, is having a lawsuit about bed bugs. So, first card. Sometimes I have to look at these carefully because they're very pretty. The Hangman. The Coffin again. Six of Swords. No. The outcome is the Death card. And here's Trump. No. He will not be able to have it. Maybe because he's not in office. Okay? So, anyway, the stock market rallied a little bit today. Not like, you know, crazy rallied. So, tell me, the stock market. Because I told you guys it's not going to be as bad, but it still is going to, we're going to go into a bit of, it's not going to be horrible like it was before. Oh, listen, I got that elbow. I brought my suitcase and I put it in the over thing. And I have that elbow, that tennis elbow. And it flares up every once in a while. It's just really painful sometimes. Okay, Tell me about the economy. Sorry, did I say Trudeau? He's Canadian. Macron is the one from France. The Canadian is a little hubba hubba, ding dong, you know what I'm saying? The one that they're all showing pictures of Melania with her lips up in the air to kiss. You know, they do go overboard on that stuff because it's just passing a kiss. And he's actually energetically, he's still looking another way when it's going on. So I'm not picking up any kind of, I'm sure she thinks hubba hubba, but nothing there. And in a way, we got to stop doing that stuff. Oh, look at the way she looked. Got to stop that, you guys. It's ridiculous. Okay. Now, of course, they said Rachel Maddow was crying. Do you remember that? The Fox News, and they were showing close-up of her eyes, and she wasn't crying. It was the weirdest thing. Oh, look, she's crying. No, I've seen her cry. She cried when she found out those babies were in those cages. I remember that. I was bawling with her. Tell me what I can tell everybody about the economy. What can we do? Where do we go? Whatever shall we do? Whatever shall we do? Whatever shall we do? I saw a really good show about David Cassidy. Do you guys remember him? He was so sick before he died, and he was a real bad alcoholic and was in denial, and then later he confessed because his liver was dying. And it was really sad because he was loving and missing his dad, but his dad treated him really bad. I do a lot of readings, and I see this all the time. And it's so hard because I wish I'd known him when he was still alive, because I would have said, you know what? Wake up. He wasn't conscious. He kept living. Of course, the alcohol blocks off your ability to talk or to be with your higher self. And also, if you're continually wanting the love from somebody else, you know, he was very angry with his father. And he needed just to accept who his father was and drop that sword, because what it did is it carried him to his grave. And I'm sure the father was very upset on the other side that he was the cause of a lot of this. But he just kept going in circles about this. And he got real famous too young, and then he thought he was an artiste, and then nobody wanted to listen to his music. You know, it was sad. He was young when he died. The economy is struggling right now, you guys. We got a lot of swords. We got the 8 of Swords. We got the 7 of Swords. I like this 7 of Cups. It's going to change. Things are changing. I want to tell you guys something else. I saw a bow again, the black wreath on the White House. So somebody within, it's not, and I'll tell you, I'll look at her, the Justice, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but it's not her, but somebody's getting ready to cross. Somebody's getting ready to cross. So, yeah, we're going to struggle, but we're going to come about. It's going to happen that we end up, go ahead. What do you want me to tell everybody? So, it's not going to be as bad because people can't rip off like they could before. Although I heard they're taking everything off that Obama put in to make sure people can't make those bad mortgage loans. But it's going to get stopped. And the Angel of Light and Mercy is standing here. So it's almost like we're being protected. So yes, you'll see some of your money go down, and then it goes, you know, it's going to be okay. That I can tell you. I've been predicting this for a while. It's still going to go down, though. I can see that. I see people worrying. I see him having a fit. And remember I told you, everybody's going to gather together to talk about him and saying, what can we do to get rid of him? So there's new people on the market Okay, I was going to do Ruth, the economy. And there's new people on the market now for, I just went blank on the guy's name, for president. Somebody just threw their hat in on the Republican side. I could see his face and I just went blank on his name because he wasn't a very nice person. I think I blocked him on Twitter so I wouldn't have to look at him. Is any of the candidates coming up against Trump? No, they just answered me no. Thank you. Are any of them going to be able to even to put a dent in Donald Trump? Will Donald J. Trump win the Democratic primary? Or will he even get that far? Yes or no? I see him talking to China, by the way. He's schmoozing with China. I just saw it. And listen, he doesn't want this recession because he knows he doesn't want to lose because he knows he's going to jail, okay? So he will move heaven and earth. He'll even risk whatever. Tell me, will Donald J. Trump win? The Hermit, Ace of Cups. There's like two in the running. Two in the running. Let's see. The Angel of Light. You know, Trump may already be judged or have somebody come forward and say, you're not running. You're not running. Joe Walsh. That's what his name is. You're not running. Let's look at Joe Walsh real quick. So I'm thinking Trump screws himself up so bad he gets tossed out, but I'm not seeing a Republican win. I'd take a Republican. I'll take anybody except maybe Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh, what's your chances of winning as President of the United States? Joe Walsh, what's your chance of winning presidential of the United States? I gotta tell you, I had this feeling or like this dream. I woke up one morning, actually felt like he was gone, like Trump was gone. That feeling of, oh, but it was just, you know what I'm saying? It was just a dream. But I just wanted to tell you guys that for a moment, it was like none of this ever existed. It was kind of cool. I must have been doing my traveling. Joe Walsh. He's passionate about this, you guys. He's going to go in full force like a lion. Oh, hell yeah. It's almost like he was a Roman in past lives. He'll go in and he can do some damage, but he's not going to win. He's battling and battling. He's exhausted from battling. He might even drop out. So I don't know what that's about, but no, he's not going to win. Okay. Now, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Everybody's saying, oh my God, Linda. Well, listen, she was just on some show after she'd had this done. You know, she's old enough that things can't grow in her because she doesn't, it's not like when you're young and it kills you. They can barely get anything out of her to feed on. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. What's going on with Ruth Bader Ginsburg? How's her health doing? Is she going to be able to hang in there? Because if she dies before, you know that crazy turtle man, they'll push through. Now, I don't know if Sterling told me, but someone said, and when I first read, remember I told you guys, I saw them adding, you can add more justices. So they could even add more justices when the new president comes in to offset the conservatives. Ruth Gator Ginsburg. And I also saw Kavanaugh going. I'm telling you right now. They'll keep the other guy, but not Kavanaugh. Yeah, she's struggling. God bless her. She finds this work very important. She's got the sun, you guys. She's on the sun, and she has good people working around her. Good people. She's hanging in there. She's hanging in there. She grows weary, but she's not, her cycle's not over yet. So it looks like it's going to be okay. Thank God. Okay. You guys are so cute when you say, oh my God, Linda. So I read on Joe Walsh, negative. Now let me look, because I saw that wreath. You showed me a wreath on the White House. The last time they did that, it was Barbara Bush. Can you tell me? And I got to tell you, this oxygen, our youth that's coming in, they're going to frickin' save this planet. And it's a shame. But they will never let somebody, whoever comes forward to try to be president or be in charge or senator or anything, has to have ecological evaluations and monies in their head. It's no more this, you know, this or that. In fact, there'll be a lot of jobs with saving the world. Okay, I saw that wreath. Who is it? It's getting ready to cross. It's showing like September. Seven of Wands, Lovers. Whoever it is really happy to go. Probably a very good Christian, could be Carter, because it's someone who stands with God, someone who believes in God. It's not Trump. It's not Trump. It could be the Carter, somebody in the Carter family. I need to write him and tell him how much I love him. Okay. Man's building houses, you know. God bless him. He keeps going. He is what you call the light of the world. So when he crosses, it'll be very easy crossing, because energetically, he's not in a state of resistance. He goes right on in. Remember that. To be connected, you have to not be in your head. Be the observer of the thinker. And some of it could be Christian, like it's, you know, if you're religious or not religious, doesn't matter. But there's a light, there's an energy over there that heals all things. And it's beautiful. So, okay, so listen, for September, might as well. September 10th's my birthday. So it's a good month for me. Can you give us anything? We don't want to open it too wide where I'll get all confused. Give me anything of the status of Donald J. Trump. And of course, I can't wish for evil against him. But it's really weird. Before I started with the cards, you guys, I had this weird sense, like after Congress comes back, there's a bunch of stuff hitting the fans. And I felt that. Do you remember anybody that saw The Exorcist? Well, do you remember that part where the main priest was coming to the door and the demon was up in the bed? It was actually Linda Blair, but they had this demon face sitting there waiting for him, looking. And the breath was icy because the room was ice cold. And you could see that the demon was waiting on him. And that's what I saw with Trump. Like he's a demon. Because he goes cray-cray when he's backed up against the wall. Okay. September. Donald J. Trump. Just tell me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'll do both cards, you guys. I'll do my Golden Tarots and I'll do this one. September. So we're dealing with money, but it's not too much drama, okay? New communications, new beginnings, judgment, Nine of Swords for Trump in the month of September. So the Nine of Swords for me, the Ten of Swords is circumstances beyond your control. Just being hit on the ground, sword, sword, sword. The Nine of Swords, it's depleting, there's depletion and sorrow, but it's self-done. You did this to yourself. Like, you can't feel sorry for the person. That's like David Cassidy drinking too much. You know, when you're constantly doing something to hurt yourself, guess what? Don't be surprised when you get hit in the end. And this is the Nine of Swords. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Death. So I think we're going to lose somebody of importance. It could even be the way that Trump deals with the death or something. But it's like he's already ending, but this enhances it even more. Let's just look at that Golden Tarot real quick. How much time? 26 minutes. I don't like it too long. I don't want y'all falling asleep. One day when I'm telling my life story, the whole world will fall asleep. Tell me in September what's going to happen with Donald J. Trump. September. What's going to happen? The Botticella said the Nine of Swords and a death, which means he's looking really bad in September. It's not business as usual. We probably will be feeling good because we're seeing the beginning of the end. I mean, it's already happening, but, you know, people lose faith. Like when I get texts from people, oh my God, this psychic said he's going to win again. You guys, did you see his poll numbers are still going down? He's just awful. He's awful. I even saw him faking like he cares about certain things. Maybe he tried to kiss ass because, but nobody believes him. It's like when he said China called me and but the minute he said that came out of his mouth, I knew he was lying. And what a shame to live like that. To know that everybody doesn't believe you. Sure enough, they found out China never had any word with him. Tell me what I can tell everybody. So anyway, I'm going to call MSNBC because I'm sure they need me on their show. I want to be on Maddow's show. And I want her to say, Linda, so what do you pick up? Well, girl. Sorry. Just had to play that for a minute. Just imagine. Maybe psychically I'll wish for it. Sometimes I have to be careful what I wish for. Linda Grindo, the psycho. Tell me what you can tell me. You guys rock. Just wonderful, wonderful people. Tell me what I can tell everybody. September for Donald J. Trump. Ooh. You know what I just picked up? You know that daughter of his with the other mother? The third wife? She tolerates him, but she doesn't really like him. I just got that, like, ew. Ooh, Knight of Swords. Okay. People will be happy because we're gaining strength because the time of waiting is over. All right? So Donald Trump, there's real disappointing news on him. But it's like we're sitting and riding on our horses and success because I feel like Congress has success. And he's a laughingstock of the world, you guys. He's a laughingstock. So strength will, I don't think this is strength for him. I think it's strength for the world. Because we're toasting the cups. Because he's at the heart, like he's got disappointing news. It's not as bad as the death card with the other cards. So we'll see. Let's check it out. Stay tuned, my friends. Okay? So I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.